afternoon, everybody. Are you all right after lunch? Good? Perfect. Right. So today we're going to talk about languages. Have you ever wondered if you had an alter ego? A real alter ego? A language alter ego? Have you ever thought that by learning another language, you could actually form or discover not just your identity as a sense of belonging, but also another personality? Right. Well, let's explore that a bit. When we are born and we start speaking our native language, we fill in the vocabulary with words and phrases that reflect our worldview, our environment, our everyday activities. And we form our system of vocabulary and we form our primary linguistic personality. However, when we start learning another language, French at school, for example, we discover that the same object, like microphone, for example, can be called in two different ways. Or sometimes this object even doesn't exist in another language. That's how we create two parallel systems, or two parallel universes, as you wish. That's how we create our secondary linguistic personality. That's the start. Well, we know that some people go beyond, learn more languages, dive into more cultures, and create more personalities. Well, do you think that they're insane? Well, maybe a bit. Fortunately, nobody will end up as the case of Billy Milligan or the actors from the Five Part movie with multiple personality disorder. We're just fine, we're not insane. Right. Well, I was wondering about it quite a lot. And I was wondering how actually languages can impact our way of thinking and our interpersonal communication. And it all started back to my high school years. I was still a seminal person. Well, I used to play in a theatre studio, and I did loved it. And what I noticed is that in order to play a particular character, to act on the stage emotions, I had to observe people and then imitate them. It was fascinating. And indeed, I put a serious thought into entering, well, theatre academy for my degree. Unluckily, my parents put their foot into my decision-making process. Well, my father said, my daughter playing on the stage? No way. Well, father, here I am. Right, now playing on the stage. So here we are. And what happened? My parents were insisting on a classic approach, classical education. However, at that stage, I already had serious doubt in our education. Why so? Because in secondary school, while reciting poems, I would put personal touch with theatrical moves, and I would be ousted from the classroom. Right. So I couldn't come with some creative approach to resolving completing tasks of math or literature or languages. And indeed, I didn't fancy languages. In fact, I even hated one. And you know which one? It was German, of course. Right, and it's all going back to my childhood. So when I was about 4, I was put into a German gymnasium instead of kindergarten. Right, my memories from there. Imagine a middle-aged woman with a wig, big glasses, looking at 4-year-old kids and shouting, "Das ist Gott! Das ist Gott!" Well, apparently, she was expecting me and all the boys and girls to memorize and repeat these phrases, these wonderful, innocent phrases. Obviously, I was traumatized. As a child, I was traumatized. I was so much traumatized that I actually hated German for many, many years. Fortunately, with past years, I rediscovered German for myself, and currently, well, I'm absorbed by it, and I love all these compound words, unique words, like kudel-model. I would say that my life is kudel-model, which means like mess. So my life is a mess, and it's fine. Right. So all of this, imagine, doubt in education, with hatred for German, put me into ironic position when I compromised with my parents and entered linguistic university, studied how to teach languages. Right, but exactly there I discovered two things. One was history of linguistics, and another one, cross-cultural communication. And exactly there I spotted the connection between language, culture, communication, all three of them. I got so carried away that I've been digging into it in theory and in practice, different disciplines, different countries, ever since for the past 8 years, and I even ended up talking to you right now about it, and I'm still not bored. Right, so I got into it, and the first, what I noticed was Frederick von Humboldt, who stated that our language and culture reflect our worldview. And if you speak another language, you are capable of looking at the world from a completely different angle. And it was like, wait a minute, what does it mean? Does it mean when you look at the rainbow, you can see 8 colors instead of 7? Does it mean to see the unseen? Actually, yes, indeed. When you look at another linguist, Malakov, who stated that our reasoning and superstitions are determined by the language we think in, you may say, yes, does it mean that we can see the unseen and we actually can think differently in different languages? Yes. No. Right. If we get a simple example, we will see how it works. My Western European friends, if now I tell you the number 4, how do you feel about number 4? Well, do you have some context? Perhaps not so much, like 4th of July, maybe somebody is born on the 4th of May or April. But it's boring, right? It's just square, nothing special. However, if I tell you right now number 13, or in Scottish, 13, so we will notice that we get the context. Like Friday 13, or perhaps unlucky number, there would be something for some of you, right? If we now ask our Asian friends about number 4, we will get the context that actually number 4 is extremely unlucky number in Asia. In number 4 sounds like the word for death in Asia, like in Chinese or Japanese. So there are some people, some Western people, who pick up Asian languages and become more sensitive towards this number. And it's the same about number 666. Again, in Europe, 666. Quite a unlucky number. However, if you go to China, on the date of sales, you will see that everything will be sold at 666. Because 6 is a lucky number, and it corresponds to prosperity and wealth. So, what is apocalypse for Europe is wealth for China and Asia. Right. So it was all very fascinating, and it was so-called mystique of the language that was explored by Edward Sapir and Benjamin Newell, who investigated linguistic relativity. So they were saying that our fundamental values are reflected by our language and culture and also formed by them, right? We already heard it, yeah, Humboldt. However, here's one augmented fact. If you learn another language and you dive deeper and deeper in the culture, you will notice at some point that you find yourself in the conflict, in the middle of your native values and your foreign values. And it's all stuck in your head. And it's all in between. You are here. So the moment of sorting out these two systems, these two parallel universes, is called the process of the development of secondary linguistic personality. And it's saying for a learner is to come to the point that when a foreigner speaks to the locals, his natives, he is not taken for a foreigner. He is taken for a local, for natural. Perfection, right? Extreme case of assimilation. Right. However, we've heard quite often from language schools, oh, if you take a course with us, you'll sound like a native. Well, actually, it's not just about flawless posh phonetics or perfect grammar or exquisite vocabulary. It's about different things. It's about your body language. It's about the way you walk, the way you look at people, the way you reasoning, the way you make decisions, the way you eat, how you eat, with whom you talk, how you talk, your etiquette. It's all about it. It's all social-cultural components. And what's very important here, that when you start learning these languages and you dive deep into the culture, you notice that you acquire also new habits. Just yesterday, I talked to John Edward, who is now a sportsman in Scotland, so he used to be a diplomat in Brussels. He speaks 4 languages. And what he noticed, he's completely different in all these 4 different languages. And when he was in Brussels, or when he was in Italy, or now he's in the UK. Even diplomats notice it. So here, you need to look into the theory of habits, of habitus, of Pierre, French sociologist, who was saying that we actually form the trajectory of our habits and values. And they are formed as well by our environment, our family or school. So when we learn different languages and we step into a new world, new culture, we also acquire these habits, right? It may sound slightly complicated for you and indeed too perfect. However, I give you a few life examples. Back in 2010, I was inspired by Spanish and I went to Salamanca to enhance my language. However, I didn't focus on my grammar phonetics. I did completely different things. I stalked people. I should confess, yeah, I'm a stalker, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Yes, so I stalked people for days, almost weeks, in Salamanca. I would just go behind them, yeah, and just putting down, some notes, like real anthropologists observing. What I said, at that stage, I was fascinated with theatre and theory, and I was really trying to feel it, how it is to be a Spanish in Spain, in Salamanca. And I was looking at everything, how to put on a scarf, how to walk, how to eat, with whom to talk, everything, absolutely every little detail. Eventually, I was preparing myself for a part of Ekaterina de España, de Salamanca. And indeed, in 2 years, when I went on my Erasmus Mundus master to Santiago de Compostela, Galicia, quite often I was taken for a Spanish person. Like, yes, my theory works. Triumph, epiphany. But I couldn't expect what I would discover as well at this stage. I got unlimited access to all the local networks. I would be given secret information, deals, perks. Oh, there is the best octopus in that restaurant. Or there is a party there. I would never imagine that I would end up in a closed Brazilian society in Galicia just because I was practicing capoeira and I was trying to play this Brazilian and Portuguese identity while learning Portuguese. How come? It was very fascinating. And I was so inspired that I decided to replicate the same experience with Italian. I did pretty much the same as with Salamanca in Italy, but when I got back to Italy, again 2 years later, in 2013, I got initially accepted. However, something didn't work. Something was wrong. And I was wondering what was going on. And then it dawned on me. I didn't cook. At that time, I didn't fancy cooking. Now I love it. Right, I didn't fancy cooking. And all we know, there is a pretty good stereotype about Italians. My dear Italian friends, you're wonderful cookers. Right. And the thing was that all the dialects were about cooking, the majority of them were about cooking, cuisines, and I had no information about it. And that was a problem, because I was automatically excluded out of the conversation. Moreover, when I actually took some classes for take cooking, and I got included into the kitchen and the cooking process with different people from diverse, social groups. I noticed that the business was also performed in the kitchen. And it would be like chopping. Can you pass me this carrot? Yeah, so what were you saying about this 10,000 euro contract? Are we going to do it? Yeah? Can you pass me your potato? Yeah, this one? Yeah, fix it. It was performed like that. It was completely, again, different world. And I saw it like from Italian perspective. Oh my gosh. So the world for Italians is actually one messy kitchen. Right. It was fascinating, hilarious. So what happened later? I was inspired. I learned more and more languages. I applied the same experience by learning, replicating, imitating, and then creating this language alter ego. And I realized that there were a few things. That you need to stay up to date, you need to check media, you need to check news, you need to check the history, economic, social environment. But what's most important, that if actually you are a student or you are growing your business, you truly want to become global, you need to focus on your alter ego. You need to cherish it. Because what will happen? You will get access to all the local communities, all the secret perks. You will get professional opportunities on the global and local markets. You will get completely different perspective of the world. You will be closer to your foreign partners. You will get access to trades and markets that are close to access. But the most important, perhaps today, you will get diversity at your workplace and acceptance. That's very important. So that's why, please, go out there, cherish your itchy feet, find your wanderlust in your heart, go with Lonely Planet guides, just go there and unwind your language alter ego. And then you will see them sing. Thank you so much.